Welcome back, my snaily friends. My name is Lavinia. You can call me Lav. And today, we are going to make Super Snello. I'm dubbing it Super Snello because I think it's super, and it's super for them. So, gather all your ingredients, and let's make some Super Snello. Now, this recipe that I made up has a lot of stuff in it, so you can use whatever you have on hand. First, let's start with some cooked green beans. This is about a cup's worth, maybe a little bit more. Then, about a cup's worth of peeled and blanched zucchini, sliced up. Then about a cup and a half of broccoli bits, cooked as well. We'll get all that blended up really well. This is about a cup and a half of cooked peas. And we'll get that in there. Lovely. Then this is 4 cubes of Hikari bloodworms defrosted in tank water. And this is about 8 cubes of a Hikari cichlid food that has brine shrimp, spirulina, and bloodworms as well, defrosted. Blend all that up really well. Put that in the bowl, set it aside. I left a little bit in because I knew this next part was going to be chunky. And then I add about a half a cup of baby carrots, cooked and peeled, and about a half a cup of sweet potatoes, cooked and diced. You get that all smushed in and blended up as well as you can. Clean as you go, and we have more to go, so let's go. This is about 3/4 of a cup of Crayfish Empire snail cookie pellets that I smashed up real good with a hammer. Actually, I used my daughter's wooden hammer. It was really satisfying. So you can see this is becoming a real thick paste that I have, this second mixture going here. So I periodically added some tank water. I had tank water next to me. And then I also added some of the other mixture just to kind of try and cut the paste a little bit. It was still quite thick, which is fine. We're going to add water during the gelatin phase. This is about 4 tablespoons of kelp meal. You can find this on crayfishempire.com. Okay, so at this point, it was really thick and starting to kind of overflow, and I didn't have any more room to work with. So I took half the mixture out, put it in the bowl, and I still needed to add my calcium carb. Here it is. This is about 4 tablespoons of calcium carbonate, my favorite. You can get this for free on crayfishempire.com. Just pay shipping. And then I added about 3 tablespoons of spirulina powder, which you can also find on crayfishempire.com. I love that place. Let's get it all into the bowl, and you'll see it's a pretty thick mixture. But again, that's going to be okay because we're about to add a lot of water. I just kind of made this recipe up on the fly, basically what I have around the house, what I had cooked. I made a nice big dinner tonight, so I had tons of stuff left over, and I just made a big purchase from crayfishempire.com, so I had all this stuff to really utilize to make a nice Super Snello. All right, now for the fun part, and this is the most important part. I used 2 cups of clean water, and I brought it to a roaring boil in the microwave. It took about 4.5 minutes for it to be a roaring boil. And then I added 5 tablespoons, adding them one at a time, of unflavored gelatin. You really want to make sure it is really dissolved. You do not want any bits of gelatin, or try to minimize the amount of bits that you do have. Gelatin is high in protein, so it is not bad for them to have too much gelatin, but it causes chunks in your Snello. It's not pretty. So whip that up really good. You'll see that it took me a minute to get that all coagulated in the bowl. It was really a thick mixture at the beginning there, but that's okay. I love it, and I think the snails will too. So then I opted for spooning it into little molds. It was still pretty hot at this point, which is good. As it cools, it will set. So you do kind of want to work fast. I just kind of smush it into these molds. Anything you see on the sides left over, I scrape off once it's hardened and I feed it to my smaller snails. So nothing ever goes to waste. Even though it might look really messy, I use it all. And once it's all set up, I like to store them actually in the containers or the molds that they're in. I leave them in these molds and then I put them in Ziplocs and I put them in the freezer. You can also use takeout lid containers to really utilize every last bit. And you can store it in the freezer for up to 2 months. Never lasts that long here, but you can serve it frozen straight out of the freezer. It's not a problem. It defrosts really fast in the tank. Let's feed it to them. You'll see that the Snello was actually a little not as set up as I usually like it to be, but that's fine. They enjoyed it. They ran right to it. It was only this way because I was impatient and I didn't let it set for as long as it should have. And there they go after the Super Snello. Oh, I love watching them eat. Oh, they're so cute. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. And please try it out or try up something similar on your own and let me know how it goes for you. Of course, please subscribe for more snail content and hit the like button on your way out if you like snails. I mean, really though, how could you not like snails? They're adorable. Just look at them. And on that, I will leave you with some high-speed snail footage. Take care. See you in the next one. Hug your snails.